Good morning students, Sairam. Let's continue with chapter 10 mensuration. Let's begin the session by solving the problem that was given as homework. So this was your home assignment. Find the area of the figure by counting squares. Let's see how we solve it. Children, we have learnt that we will count the number of fully filled squares, half filled squares, more than half filled squares and less than half filled squares, and then find the total area of the figure. So how many fully filled squares are there? We have 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 fully filled squares. That means 1 multiplied by 4, 4 square units. And now let's see how many half filled squares are there. We have 2 half filled squares. So half multiplied by 2 is 1 square unit. And do we have any more than half filled squares? No, it is 0. And less than half filled squares is also 0. Now let's find the area. So we have 4 fully filled squares, that means 4 into 1, and 2 half filled squares, that means 2 into half. So 4 into 1 becomes 4 and 2 into half becomes 1. 4 plus 1 is 5. So the area of this figure is 5 square units. Children, please check your answers and if necessary, make corrections. Now let's proceed with the next topic, that is finding out area of rectangle and area of square by using formulas. Till now we have learnt how to find out the area by counting the number of squares. Now we will find out by using formula how can we find out the area of rectangle and area of a square. Then we will also discuss a few examples which are related to area of rectangle and square, and we will solve problem number A, B and D of exercise 10.3. Now, if we have a rectangle with length L and breadth B, then we can find the area of the rectangle by using the formula length into breadth. That means if we multiply the value of length of a rectangle by value of its breadth, then we can find the area of the rectangle. Let's consider this example to understand this better. Find the area of a rectangle whose length is 5 centimeters and breadth is 3 centimeters. So if we find the area by counting the number of squares enclosed by this rectangle, then we can see that we have 15 full squares, isn't it? The rectangle encloses 15 full squares. So the area of rectangle is 15 centimeter square or square centimeters. Now let's use the formula. The formula is length into breadth. Area of rectangle is equal to length into breadth. Length is 5 centimeters and breadth is 3 centimeters. That means it becomes 5 multiplied by 3, it is 15 centimeter squares, isn't it? Which is equal to the area found out by using by counting the number of squares. Now let's find the area of square by using formulas. Area of a square is side multiplied by side. If we have a square with each side as A, then area of square will be A square or A square unit. Now let's look at this example. We have a square, each side 4 centimeter length. So what will be the area of this square if we find it out by finding the number of fully filled squares? We can see that this square covers 16 squares. This square covers 16 squares. Okay, so completely filled squares are 16. So the area of square will be, this square will be 16 square centimeters. 16 square centimeters is equal to 4 multiplied by 4, isn't it? and 4 is each side, 4 centimeter each side. So we can conclude that area of square is side multiplied by side. Children, these two formulas, area of rectangle and area of square, are important to solve the problems, word problems and other problems which are based on finding out the rectangle area of rectangle and square. So please remember them, write them 3-4 times so that you remember the formula well. Let's consider this example to find the area of a rectangle. Find the area of a rectangle whose length and breadth are 12 centimeter and 4 centimeter respectively. So what is the length of the rectangle? It is 12 centimeters. And what is its breadth? It is 4 centimeters. So what is the area? What is the formula to find out the area? It is length into breadth. Area of rectangle is equal to length into breadth. So length is 12 centimeters, 12 into 4 centimeters, which is breadth. So 12 multiplied by 4 becomes 48. So it is 48 square centimeter. The area of the rectangle is 48 square centimeters. Now let's look at this example to find a area of a square. Find the area of a square plot of side 8 meter. So we have a square plot which is having each side as 8 meters. So square plot with 8 meter as each side. So what will be its area? It will be side into side. That means 8 into 8, 8 meter into 8 meter. So 8 8s are 64. 64 square meter will be the area of this square plot. Next problem. This is an example where area and length is given and width of the width we have to find out of the rectangle. Let's read the question. The area of a rectangular piece of cupboard is 36 square centimeter. Area is given and what is its length? It is 9 centimeter. Then what is the width of the cardboard? Okay, so area is given as 36 square centimeters, length is 9 centimeters. We have to find the width. Let's see how we do it. Children, we know we can find out the area of the rectangle by using this formula. Area of the rectangle is equal to length into breadth or length into width. Now we have to find the width here. So how can we find it out? Since we have area and length both, so if we divide area by length, then we can get the width. That means if we divide 36 by 9, we get the width, which is 4 centimeters. Okay, so the width of the rectangular cardboard is 4 centimeters. Next example. Bob wants to cover the floor of a room 3 meter wide and 4 meter long by squared tiles. This problem is very important and you have to be very attentive to understand this. So here Bob wants to cover the floor of a room. Okay, so what is its width? It is 3 meter. And what is its length? It is 4 meter. And he want to cover it by squared tiles. Okay, so if each square tile is of side 0.5 meter, then find the number of tiles required to cover the floor of the room. So let's understand this problem by step by step. So we have a room which is 4 meter long and 3 meter wide. That means it is a rectangular room. So we have to find the area of the room first. Okay, area of the rectangle. That means area of the room. Then each square tile is of side 0.5 meters. That means we have to find the area of the tile. Side is given, we have to find the area of the tile. And what will be the number of tiles required to cover the floor of the room? If we divide the area of the room by area of each square, then it will be the number of tiles required to cover the room. Let's see how we solve this problem. So, total area of tiles must be equal to the area of the floor of the room. So, we have length of the room as 4 meters, isn't it? And breadth of the room as 3 meters. So, what will be the area of the room? It is length into breadth, that means 4 meter into 3 meter. So, 12 square meter is the area of the room. Now, we have square tiles, and each side of the tile is 0.5 meter. So, what will be the area of one square tile? It will be side into side. That means it will be 0.5 meter multiplied by 0.5 meter. That means it will be 0.25 square meter. Each tile has an area of 0.25 square meter. Now we have a question, how many such tiles will be required to cover the room? So, for finding the number of tiles required, what we do? We divide the area of the floor by the area of a single tile. So, area of the floor, area of the room, we have found out it is 12 square meters, and area of one tile is 0.25 square meters, isn't it? So, if we divide 12 by 0.25, that means we divide 1200 by 25, we get 48. So, the number of tiles required is 48 to cover the floor of the room. This problem is very important. Now, coming to the next problem. This is problem number 1A of exercise 10.3. Find the area of the rectangle whose sides are 3 cm and 4 cm. So, what is the length of the rectangle? It is 4 cm. Okay, this is 4 cm, and what is the breadth? It is 3 centimeters. So, what will be the area? It will be length into breadth, isn't it? We have learnt it. Area of rectangle is equal to length into breadth. This is the length and this is the breadth. So, it is 4 multiplied by 3. So, 4 multiplied by 3 is 12. So, 12 square centimeters is the area of this rectangle. Now, problem number B of exercise 10.3, question 1. We have to find the area of the rectangle with 12 meters length and 12 meter breadth and 21 meters length. So, length is 21 meter, breadth is 12 meter. This is length, this is breadth. So, how do we find its area? We know area of rectangle is length into breadth. That means 21 multiplied by 12. So, what do we get? We get 252 by multiplying 12 by 21 by 12. So, 252 square meter or 252 meter square is the area of this rectangle. Children, when we solve these problems, it is very important that we mention the unit of the area. That means whether it is square centimeters or square meters or square kilometers, we have to mention that. Now, let's move on to the next problem. It is problem D of exercise 10.3, question 1. Find the area of the rectangle whose sides are 2 meter and 70 centimeters. Okay, so 2 meter is the length of the rectangle, 70 centimeter is the breadth. we can see both the dimensions, that means length and breadth, are in meter and centimeters. They are in different units. So first we have to convert them into single unit or same units. So length is 2 meters, that means it is 2 multiplied by 100 centimeters. We have converted 2 meters into centimeters. So it is 200 centimeters. Why? Because 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters and breadth B is 70 centimeters. Now we can find the area. So we know area of rectangle is equal to length into breadth. So length is 200 centimeters and breadth is 70 centimeters. When we multiply them, what do we get? We get 14,000 centimeters square as the area of this rectangle. You can convert it into meters by dividing 14,000 by 100. Okay, that will be the unit in the area in square meters. So you can do it like that also. Now we have one question, one problem to solve in your homework, that is find the area of this rectangle whose sides are 2 kilometers and 3 kilometers. So you can use the formula that you have learnt, that is rectangle, the area of rectangle is equal to length into breadth, to solve this problem. Let's end the session here. We will discuss more problems of exercise 10.3 in our coming session. Thank you.